Okay, we're live. This is James speaking. Welcome to TrainingSites.io. Today is kind of a live question and answer. The chat's going to be open. If you do have questions, make sure to answer them or ask them. Sorry, I'll do my best to try and find them in all of my different desktop computers and monitors that are set up here in the studio. And again, I'll do my best to see if I can help you find that stuff. Now, here's what's going on today. Earlier in the week, I talked about flipping my funnel, which was yesterday. And before that, I had a session just kind of talking about this whole idea with training sites and having to either create kind of your training site and putting a lot of pieces together like a potluck dinner, and then on the other hand, just going somewhere where it was actually already cooked and you kind of got to eat what was actually done. And today what I'm going to do is at the end of that first video talking about WordPress potlucks, I'm going to show you something. We're actually going to do a live demo and I'm going to go through step by step actually installing and building a community site with you live right now. So this is something that is on the fly. This is actually live. I'm going to show you all of the different plugins that I install and why I install them and how they're the best of the potluck dinner and going to someone's house where they're just hosting. It's that sweet spot in between. And hopefully in about an hour, I'll have something set up. And I'm using an example right now, which is a health and wellness company. It doesn't matter really what the company is or the topic is, other than how you organize some of the pieces inside. But if you do have a company or an idea that you're thinking about and you want to put it in on the chat, please mention that and I'll try and reference it as best I can moving forward. And also ask questions along the way. I'll stop and start going. Now, I'm going to be using some plugins that we have agency licenses for. So anyone who's using our services, and we're actually building out and managing community training sites for you, you get access to all of these free. The ones that I'm going to be showing you today, I'm going to start by installing the free versions, and then what I will do, if kind of required, depending on what I end up showing, I will put the licensed ones in so that you can see what happened. Again, these are free to you if you're using our service, and if you aren't, we have all of the links and stuff in behind so that you can see them. So make sure, again, ask Big Mac saying, any audio? Do I have any audio? What's going on there? I think I have audio. I should have audio. Wireless microphone's on. Let me know in the chat if the audio's missing. And I'm just going to open up all of the chats there just so that I can see it. And hopefully we're going to see what's happening there. I'm just going to go and open up on another screen some of the other chats just to make sure that that's going on. So that's what I'm going to do. I may go away for a second and kind of put the license keys in so you don't get to see them, but that's where we're going. So here's the first thing I just want to go over and talk briefly about, because it is important. And as much as I'm talking about putting together a community or a training site here today, I'm assuming that you're in the spot where it's time to build out your site. And if you remember any of the other videos that I've done, this whole idea of having a campus map put together, and here's one here we're talking about. I'm assuming that you've got your topic and call it your niche or whatever you want, but all of those supporting categories around it. You know what kind of goal you have. Like, is it a revenue goal? Is it a reach goal? Is it a recurring income? You've got some kind of business model set up for it. We're starting in this green area here, which is about, what are the tools that I need, the right tools to support what I've decided to do, and then actually building it, which is step number 5. So we're kind of in that 4 and 5 spot. I'm assuming that you've done all the red stuff to kind of get you going and working along with that. And again, I'm going to put on, let me just see, again, I'm new to this stuff with the chat, so we'll just see if any chat comes in, and we'll see if that happens. I don't think there's anything at this point, so we'll keep on going. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to use, if you're not familiar with WordPress, and again, in the video that I was talking about WordPress Potluck, there's a whole bunch of other softwares as a service that will basically allow you to walk into a community. And I put a list of some of those available on that video. And I'll put the link again below to that one as well. And again, if you haven't joined TrainingSites.io, it's free to join. We're just switching everything over from another WordPress community platform to this one. So between me and the fence post, when you're watching this, if it's live, it might be a little bit iffy. Just hang tight. It's all being moved over. We're doing it as fast as we can when we're not doing work with clients. So it's like the shoemaker's kids, right? It's like everyone goes first and then we come second. Okay, so having said that, I'm going to be doing it on a particular tool, and I'll open this up and hopefully we'll be able to go there because I need a WordPress site, right? We need to have one kind of created that we can play around with. So let me just go, and I'm going to show you a particular service that's here. And I don't know if you've seen this one before. Let me open this one up. I'm going to open a new tab up and we can take a look at this one. This one is called TasteWP. Now, there's a couple other services that are similar to this. This one, TasteWP.com, it's a free version. All that you need to do is basically you can spin up for 2 days a WordPress site, have it ready to go with a couple little plugins and stuff, and it's all set. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to sign in on this one. Hopefully I'm able to do that properly, and it's basically going to create a WordPress site for me. So I agree with the terms, set it up, and it's working on it. So we're getting a WordPress site set up and installed, and just to make sure, I'm going to copy this stuff so that, or better, here, we'll just copy it, and I'll put it over to the side just so that I have it in my notes here in case I need to do it again. And let me just open up. We'll just do it, put a new note together. Just opening my Apple Notes. And put it there. Okay, so we got to admin, and I'm just going to copy this password, and hopefully we'll be able to get in. And here we go. We have a site set up for us. So we've now got a WordPress site. I believe TasteWP, if you don't register a name, you get two days with it. Yeah, so it's 2 days that are available for us to play around with this particular one. So we're logged in, very cool. Now, what do we want to do here? Here's kind of the thing. It's a health and wellness company I'm going to do up. What are the things that are important in some kind of community? And again, we've got a whole bunch of additional videos and courses on TrainingSites.io that will be there shortly going through all of the pieces. But I was putting together some of the things that I thought that would be specific to a health and wellness company, things that might be interesting. So of course, what I did is I asked our good friend ChatGPT, Claude, and Notebook LM. I asked all of those ones to put them together, and let's see what we came up with here. So this one's kind of interesting. One of the things that I'm just going to open up ChatGPT. One of the things that I did here, and again, maybe you might want to do this sometime in the future, is I was using ChatGPT. This is the paid version, but I was putting it together. And I was taking a look, and I was asking, just playing around for it. I put together, let me just, here it is. I'm going to scroll up a little bit so we get it. So I was just saying, the prompt that I gave it, again, this is conversational prompting. Okay, so let me just put it here. So it said, since the demo is for a health and wellness company, I need a community structure for community spaces, links, menus. So I asked it to create a list of community features that would be appropriate to put in this training site in this community. And this is what it came up with, a whole bunch of lists and stuff. And I work better myself when I use a mind map where I can see visually what it is that's happening. So what I did is I said, you know what, that's really great. It gave me a list of stuff. I asked it to combine communities and discussion forums, which we'll get in a second. But I said, can you provide these bulleted lists in Markdown? Now, why did I do that? It gave me the Markdown. What I did is I copied it, and then I went to my trusty Xmind, and I said, you know what? Wouldn't it be great if we had a mind map of all of the pieces that were here? So I had a couple put together. I'll just show you the one that I talked about here so you can see what's there. There we go. So here's the one that it came up with. And I'm just going to look at this. All I did with Xmind is I went to File, Import, import from Markdown. So basically what happens is I took that entire document, that entire ChatGPT document, and I now have all of the steps or pieces that are appropriate for fitting it into this particular course. So let's go see what we got here. We'll play around with it. I'm going to move my screens, pick it up here. Okay, there we go. So let's go take a look at this. We're on our dashboard here. So here's what I'm going to do first. I need a community plugin, the one that I'm recommending. If you are not doing something that is more corporate, we can get into this another time, but there's kind of two solutions on the WordPress side. One is BuddyBoss, which requires that you use their theme for it to look good. The other one is the new one called Fluent Community, which I've been beta testing the Fluent suite of products for the past 8 months now, I think. They just released this, what day is today? Monday? I think they just released it on, or actually they released it on Monday if I'm not mistaken. So it's out, the first version of it, and we're going to install Fluent Community. I'm going to show you how that works, and that will do everything you need within your community. After that, we're going to install some of the additional Fluent suite of tools so that you have one package, just like the best of potluck, but also being invited to someone's dinner. This is a whole suite of tools that you need to run your entire training site. And that's why I think this is really special, and it's the one that we're working with and focusing on moving forward. So let's go, a couple things first. What we want to do here is we want to make sure, first of all, that we have some kind of theme. And again, this, I wonder if this version, I'm not sure if this is the new version of WordPress that came out yesterday. Not really sure. No, I don't think it is. Doesn't matter in this particular case, but I want a theme. So my particular theme that I like, that's just, okay, I got it. I'm going to add a new theme. And what we're going to do is, you can use WP Astra, and again, we have agency license for this. WP Astra is one that I like. The other one is Cadence, so I'm just going to install Cadence, so I have it as my active theme. Now the cool thing is technically you're not even going to need a theme at this point, and I'll show you why in a second. So we're just going to activate Cadence, and I could install a starter template if I wanted to, but it's actually live right now, so let's just go take a look, and there's our particular website. Now let's go back to the dashboard. And you know what, I think I maybe I don't know if I want to put a starter template in. We'll see what happens on that one. I got my template. What I need to do now is we're going to put in or install a plugin. And again, I downloaded these separate. Most of the ones that I'm showing you or that are available right now are in fact ones that are freemium models. So you should be able to find it in the WordPress, at least the free version in the WordPress plugin site, so you should be able to find those, but I'm going to go and upload some just to start off with so that we can see it. And on this one, don't remember where I put it, but we'll double check this one here. And again, of course, I forgot where I put it. And if we don't, I'll turn my screen off here and of course put it in a different spot. There we go. Okay, first I want to do is I want to put in Fluent Community Pro. I'm going to install that one. This is the Pro version, and we're just going to install that one now so it's in the background. And I'm going to go through these ones so that you see them live and in real time. I don't want to go and actually activate it yet because I'm going to go and we're going to search for a plugin. And we're going to search just for Fluent. That might be faster first off. So we're going to get Fluent Community. I'm going to install Fluent SMTP. I'll explain that one in a minute. We have a support desk or help desk ticket that's in there as well. So we'll install that one. And we'll also install Fluent Bookings, which allows you to book one-on-one calls with coaching calls and or group calls, for example, that we could do. They can be free or paid, for example. What are some of the other ones here? Fluent CRM we're going to install. This allows you to manage your students and do email automations for it. The other one that I quite like is Fluent Auth right here. I'll put it in anyway just so that you see it. This one allows people to log in with their Google account if you find that people are having trouble logging in, that kind of thing. I'm also going to put in Fluent Boards, which is a way for us as the community owner to actually manage the projects and stuff that we're doing there. What else have we got here? That one, let me just check my notes and see the other ones there that might be of interest to us. So we got Fluent Suite of stuff. We've got, oh yeah, Page Builder. Here's one of the things that we might want to do is add a Page Builder. Now, Cadence has, by itself, Cadence has, what's the word I'm looking for? It has a builder within it. The default Gutenberg builder we can use. If you're using Bricks or Elementor or any of the other ones, you can certainly install that. In this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to not install it, but if you have one already, that's fine. And again, if you're a TrainingSites.io client, for any of our paid services, we have the agency license for all of those builders. And the one we generally use right now is Elementor. So that one's there. We got that piece there. What else do we need to do? Well, let's go back and turn some of these on so that we see what happens and see what we come up with. So the first one I want to do is I want to make sure that we have, where's Fluent Community? I missed that one. Let's do that first. Fluent Forms. There's a community right there. Yeah, it was installed one day ago, so I'm going to put that one in and we're going to activate it. And let's see what happens. Okay, so we're going to run through, there's Fluent Community. Let's go and go back to the listing here. We'll turn on Fluent Community. Fluent Community Pro, I'll put that one on. Fluent CRM, we'll put that one on. And Fluent SMTP, which is a great one. And here's why we're doing this. These pieces that we're putting together, do you know if adding all these plugins shows down your website? That was one of the chats we got from CJ. Actually, if yes and no. One of the big problems with BuddyBoss and the BuddyBoss theme, and in fact LearnDash, which is the other LMS plugin, is yeah, it tended to slow down the site. The thing that is called with Fluent Community that's really important is it is absolutely lightning fast in comparison, and the reason is that you'll see it that it's basically a single page. The way that they've written it is the code underneath is on a single page. It's not a whole bunch of different pages loading each time. So in relative terms, it is lightning fast, and that allows it to scale for large sizes without slowing your site down or requiring that you have a really powerful hosting account. Now, obviously, if you get into really, really large numbers, that's going to change. But if you compare it to using LearnDash or Tutor LMS or Lifter and BuddyBoss and the BuddyBoss theme, it's considerably faster. So that's there. Now, one of the things in all of the WordPress sites that I do, you'll notice up at the top there, it has Fluent SMTP. And because if you're using some kind of WordPress site and you want to do things like automation, so for example, you want to do an onboarding sequence where someone joins and you send them a series of emails automatically, or if you're launching a new course or new product and you want to have you know, a 5-day kind of campaign that goes out. That is all available here directly with Fluent CRM. However, what you want to do is make sure the email gets delivered. Now, if you were using ActiveCampaign or Kit or any of the other paid services, you're going to have a much better chance of having your email delivered to all the people that are either potential students and clients or are actual ones. You know, you're basically hooking something on to your WordPress site to get it to work. Better chance, but what we're doing here is when you do Fluent SMTP, which is a free plugin, what we can do on that one is we have the option of saying, you know what, I want to send through the Amazon simple email service, or I want to use Mailgun or SendGrid or Postmark, or in this case, I'm just going to have to use the server here just to make sure that it's available. And we're just going to put here. And basically we're all set up there. Now, of course, this is a test site, but in terms of the setup that we have, we can now send emails, and we have a way to keep track or log file of the emails that are done. So that's the first thing, setting up a way to send email so that people actually get it and it's working properly. First thing. Second thing, let's go take a look and make sure we got stuff going. So what else do I want to make sure? Well, I want to make sure that I have a community, so let's go look at that one. There's the Fluent Community and LMS plugin. And if you don't know what LMS stands for, it means Learning Management Software or Learning Management System. And it's a way to organize courses and deliver courses to your community and your training site. So the community portion that we're going to see also includes the option to have courses in it as well. So previously, if you were using something like BuddyBoss, you had to get LearnDash, another plugin, to get it work, or get Tutor LMS, or get Lifter. You'd have to kind of plug it together, more like that potluck dinner, right? If we're looking right here, we got no potluck at this point. This is all Fluent suite of stuff, putting it together. And in my case, I want to go and I want to find out where's my community. So down in the bottom left-hand side, hopefully you can see my menu moving here. We've got Fluent Community. And just while we're here, because I can, there is another plugin that I'm going to install. I'm just going to do this one just because it allows you to organize something. Don't know if I can find this one. There it is. Admin and Site Enhancements. I'm going to install this one now. The reason that I like this one is because it allows you, won't do it, I'll just show you what happens, but it allows you to actually organize your admin menu in terms of having them all together. Normally what I do is I will go and I'll move all the Fluent ones so that they're in order here. It's just a little bit easier to find them. So that's kind of a neat particular tool that you can use. And if you haven't yet, again, go check that one out. It's called Admin and Site Enhancements, and that one's there. Cool to use. So here's a community we're going to go through. Let's build your community. So we're going to say, in this case, I'm going to say health and wellness. And we've got a community portal URL. So this is the URL where the actual community takes place. In my case, portal is a default one. I don't like that one, so I'm going to put members. And if I have a logo, I could put a logo in, and that logo is going to show up in the community. I don't know if I have one right that we can get to right away. So I'll take a look at this one and see if we've got, here, let's do this one. There we go. See what happens. Again, I just picked one randomly. And you have the option running through. Do you want a basic, course, product, or blank? And in my case, I'm just going to go and we'll pick basic to start. Well, we'll put course in just for the fun of it and see what happens. Who can access your portal? Here's the first thing you have to decide. When you have the portal or you have a membership site or community, you have to set up, do I want people to be able to see what's there, even if they're not logged in or a member, or do I want to lock it down completely so that they have to be a member, they have to register in order to get or join the community? Now, if you've seen, or let's say you're not logged into Facebook and you go to Facebook, it asks you to create an account or log in right away. It's a closed community. In our case, I'm going to set it up as closed. And if you watch that flipped funnel one that I was talking about in yesterday's video, you're going to understand that the way that you might want to consider, and especially in a health and wellness area, is that you might want to consider and say, you know what? I want to make sure everyone joins because I want to collect their email address. I'm purchasing basically their email address by giving them access to part of my training site or my community. So they have to pay by registering. And again, so I'm going to set it up in this case that only logged in people are able to see what's going on in the site. And here's one where you can subscribe to our newsletter. And in this one, we're not going to do anything. And I'm not going to give people the crew at Fluent to see the data at this point. So I'm just going to save and finish, and it's going to set up the community. Cool. So now we got a community. It's ready to go. We got a nice interface here to get started. We've got some features, customizations, courses, and change the community URL. We've already done that one, but what I want to do is I want to go first to advanced features, and I'm going to select that one, and it says, hey, they're not there. So here's something always to check when you're doing this. And again, I'm not sure in this one, I'm going to go to the settings in WordPress. I'm going to go to permalinks, and just to be absolutely sure, I'm going to pick Save Changes so that any of the changes we made to the portal to members is actually active. And let's see if I can get this to work now. And let's go to here, and I'm going to go and let's go to advanced features, and hopefully, there we go. We've got some advanced features. Now, this is one that little tricks that happen and stuff. One of the things that I've learned with all of these training sites and portals and communities is please reset your permalinks, because there's a lot of moving pieces with links, right? A lot of moving pieces. So what do I get out of the gate? I've got a leaderboards module. I've got user badges. I've got a course module. I've got Giphies. And again, this one's disabled. Emojis. And I've got a media module. Now, here's the one that's really important when we're doing the portal settings is if you're going to be running a training site or community, what you want to do is make sure that you have your media, that all of the stuff, the pictures and stuff that get uploaded to your training site and stuff that is from the interaction or user-generated content, you want to make sure that's not on your website server. You want to put it externally. And they've got a couple places that you can do it. One is on the server by default, but the other one is Cloudflare, which has a storage one that's available, and Amazon S3. And if you're not familiar with either one of those, Cloudflare, I believe you can start at a free level. Amazon is like funny, inexpensive. It's like you can have gigabytes and gigabytes of stuff for like $5 a month at most. That one's Amazon S3 is small, simple storage, I think it stands for. But in my case, we'll just, in this demo, we'll just keep it here so that it's available. So we'll let that one go. I'm going to close that up. And here's the other pieces that we might want to do is we're going to have a community. One of the things that you might want to do is just chat with other users that's independent of the actual community. So I'm going to make sure that we install Fluent Community Chat. And that's just going to install it in the background, and that gives us the ability to do just that, be able to chat with people. We've got Fluent CRM. We've got, let's do install Fluent Forms. And in my case, I'm going to go and activate Fluent Support. So I now have a help desk that's here. So those are all the advanced features that we can do quickly to get things set up in terms of our community. So if you notice up in the left-hand corner as well here too, my mouse is moving. My logo that I uploaded is there. I'm just going to go to the right-hand corner where you can see the moon. I'm going to click it, and you can see it now shows up that's there. So it does have a dark, I forget what that's called right now, but that you can do the dark background or the white background. It's totally up to you. And hopefully that one shows up so that you can actually see it the way that you want to have it seen. So there we go. So what's going on here? We got this part done. Let's go back home and see what we got. There is our community. It's set up on the members page. And this is something now, Fluent Community License need to be activated. I don't know if I'm going to at this point, but this interface here is the default interface, and you're going to see a couple things here. The first one is that you've got spaces, which is exactly the same as a Facebook group, as an example. You've got courses, you've got your member directory, and you've got your leaderboard. So this community, out of the box, technically it's ready to go. If you also notice over on the right-hand side, up at the top right-hand corner, we've got a search icon, we've got a notifications bell, and we've also got a message bell here. And you'll also see your avatar if your email address has an avatar. And if we click it, we can go and check out our bookmarks, logout, and some of our additional pieces that are there. So this is the main menu across the top. And on the left-hand side, we have an additional menu that was created for us just off the start. So if there's any questions, let me know at this part. Technically, we have a site. And what we need to do at this point is kind of add in some of the pieces that might be appropriate to a health and wellness company. And I'm talking specifically about this left-hand menu here. And when you see a particular community, many of the times that you go in here on the left, you're going to see, where are my list of courses? Where are things like announcements? And where are the places where I can chat about a topic that is specific to health and wellness? So that's what we need to set up now. And if you look on the bottom left-hand corner here, you're going to see settings. I don't know if this is better for you in this one. Let's go to day mode as well for here. So I'm just going to go to settings here. I'm going to do a left mouse click on settings, and it's going to bring up, for me as the administrator, the ability to customize all of the different parts of my community. Now, when we went through that startup, remember I added advanced features. This is customizing those features. And some of the stuff that we actually went through at the beginning through that little setup, they can all be changed here as well. Only logged in users, redirect URL, and there. So here's the one I'm going to put in. You have a default login page, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. So I just hit a copy to make sure I got it copied. Hopefully it should be copied. And I'm going to open up another incognito tab, or where I'm not logged in, and I'm going to put it in, and let's see what happens. That's not the one we want. So let's minimize that, and it doesn't look like it can copy it. Well, maybe so. There we go. See if we can get that one to go. So if someone is not a member of your site, what's going to happen is anytime they go to log in, they're going to get this page. And you can see that it's got Welcome to Health and Wellness, another test site. This is from your standard WordPress admin. It's got the logo, and it's got a way for you to log in with an email address and a password, and you're all set. Now, the reason that there isn't a register here is because I have my WordPress site set up where there is no register here already enabled. So that's why that piece is kind of missing. So I'll have to go back and turn that registration on. And again, a couple questions here. Where vendors pay as a subscription service. CJ was asking, do you have, if this can be set up as a professional directory? You know what? I don't have a good answer for you yet, but it's something that I can check. I have set that up on LearnDash and BuddyPress with a product called the Directorist, which I can show you after. I have set up on my Pickleball Friends, actually, which is another community that I run for pickleball enthusiasts. But that one, let me just go here. I'm going to minimize this because we'll come back to it. I want to make sure that people can log in. Let's go this. I'm going to save the settings for now. And let's go back. I want to go back to my back to the home. And one of the things that you'll notice is when I'm in the member area, I don't have a way to get back to the front page. So normally what I do is I add a menu up here back to the home. But in my case, let's just do WP admin, bring us back to the WordPress admin dashboard. And what I want to do is I'm going to go to settings, general settings. And again, this is standard WordPress stuff. And I'm going to say health and wellness. I'm just going to say get better. No site icon. Anyone can register. If I want people to register, it's still WordPress. I got to say, hey, people can register. If I'm in Eastern Standard Time, I got to be able to say, hey, I'm in Eastern Standard Time. And where is it? America. Let's do Toronto, because I'm up here in Canada. If you're watching from the States, I could do Chicago if you want to put Chicago, but I think I'm going to put Toronto, which is here. There we go. And I want to save that. So I got the right time zone that's showing up. And okay, so I got the registration. If I go back now to that registration page, I should be able to, wrong one. Let's try this. There we go. Sorry, I went to the wrong one. Let's go back to Chrome and try that again. Pardon me. There we go. So let's bring this one up and let's do a, there we go. So now I have the ability to sign in, and there's my health and wellness sign in. So I've got a place to log in for people. I got a place to sign in. If someone is not a member, they're going to be brought to the login page and they'll have the opportunity to create an account. Now, on what I'm doing specifically, personally, is if you go to TrainingSites.io today, there is a services as the homepage. In the flipped funnel, I was talking about changing things around so that you have to join TrainingSites.io. So you're going to see probably at the end of the day today or tomorrow, there's going to be basically the homepage is going to be, you got to join the training sites to get into the our ecosystem or our community or training site. But you have to make sure that, hey, you've got some kind of registration enabled on your site to be able to get people in and going on that one. So let's go back to, let's go back, general settings. There we go, health and wellness. So we got this stuff here. Let's go back to our community at the bottom. And in my case, I'm going to go to customization, which is that part in the bottom left-hand corner where there's settings. So if you're already in the community, it's in the settings in the bottom left. I set up, or I have some additional customizations that are available for me. Enable dark mode. That was that in the upper right-hand corner. You either have the sun or the moon. You want to switch back and forth between them. If you want to allow people to do that, that is totally set up by the individual users. They can control whether that's available. Enable sticky page headers across the portal. So what this means is that if someone is in the members area and they scroll up and down, that top menu is going to always be available to them. We've got a show default feed link on the left sidebar. So that's in the upper left-hand corner. When we go back, you'll see feed, and that's the general activities that are going on for all of the community, and people who are will only see the content that is for the areas of the community where there's activities that are specific to their permissions. So that's where there's powered by text, again, that you want to put in. They have the icon header menu items, and I'll put that one up here. So this one here, I'll show you this one at the top. So we'll turn that one on. And rich media posts determines where the images shows up when you make a post. So if you're putting in the modern one, which I prefer, it'll happen so you have the image or video is first, then the text. The classic one is that you have the text and then the image. I like the modern one. And here's one that personally that I like. So when someone goes to make a post, because it's a training site, and I think in this case you're going to have a whole bunch of people that are asking questions and not just posting something, you can have a post or title for the post and you can either make it optional so people don't have to put it in, you can have it required so people have to put it in, or disabled. In my case, I like it required, so I'm just going to hit saving. So those are the customizations to the user interface that we're going to be seeing. So let's go back and we'll take a look home and see what's going on there. Now here's a couple things that have changed. If you notice up in the top menu there, remember I selected to show the images. That's why there's now images here with each of the things in the top menu. That was one of the selections I made. The other thing is in the top or left-hand corner, you're going to see there's something called feed. Now that was a setting that I said always keep all of the activities in the upper left. So if I click that, it's going to show all of the activities that are available there. Now, what about if I want to say something? Well, if I click what's going on, you can see in the middle of the page here at the top of the place where I post, it's going to be, this is the title, and this is the body copy. And if for whatever reason I wanted to put an emoji in or something, I could put that in. If I wanted to put a video in, a YouTube video, something along those lines, or just upload an image, I can put that one in. And let's go do one just for fun. Let's see if we got a health and wellness one. Let's do a flipped funnel one that I did. So we've got our image, and there we go. And see in the bottom it's got posted in. I'm just in the general feed, right? I'm not posting to a particular community or group, but I want to make sure that I'm just going to do in the say hello one, and I'm going to click post. So a couple things have happened. One is it's in this feed, and you can see that the image is at the top because I set it as modern. You can also see that I have a title and the body copy with an emoji or something there. So this is the general feed of what's going on. But if you remember, what I did is I posted in the Say Hello community. So if I go over to Say Hello, guess what's there? There's the post. If I go to Start Here, which is another community, there's no post found. If I go to Feed, it shows everything from every community or space. So that's the thing I want to show up right now is I've mentioned community or space. The way Fluent Community works is they have they use the word groups and spaces. So think of it as this. A group is basically one or more kind of topics in individual spaces. So you can have as many groups as you want, and each of those groups can have as many spaces as you need. And I'm actually going to go through and I'll show you the ones that I created for this particular site. A couple things also, you can see that I'm logged in here, right? But if you notice, it's up here on the right-hand corner, there's a red box there. Now, why is the red box there? Because you have the opportunity as the site owner to have standard fields and custom fields that you can add for profiles. So an example of what I did on one of the other sites is my site, for example, was about pickleball. So I had a whole bunch of additional fields that people could put in their profile that related to pickleball. If I'm doing a health and wellness site, what I might want to do is put some additional fields in that allow people to segment or self-identify about particular topics or anything that's related to health and wellness. But the red little button up in the right-hand corner, it lets you know, hey, you're only 70% through. And what you need to do is you need to go and fill out all of this additional material that's here. And again, first name, last name, your personal website if you want to put it in, a bio, any of your social links. The other thing that you can do at the bottom now is many times when you use WordPress, when you log in, WordPress, depending on how you've got it set up, may use your email address as your username. I don't want to show my email address, so I can manually go and change the username that shows up on the site. So I'm just going to click Save Changes. That's the profile, and that's always available to you in the upper right-hand corner as a user. You'll also notice that there's some information here, number 1, and this download here. So you can actually update your background, the cover here, and this AD, where it's coming from, is your avatar with WordPress. And at any time you want to go and see, well, what post did this person make? The posts are there. There's my post. Okay. Any spaces I belong to, those are the ones that I'm already belonging to because they're public, and any comments that I've made. So these are the things about a profile that are now available for us. Good place to start. We're there. So that's members. And then over on leaderboard, I'll just show it to you now. This is a set leaderboard that's available, and this one's built into the community. Now this is a leaderboard. It's not gamification, which is a whole other kind of thing that we normally add with people, and that's more about gamifying the experience, not just showing who's contributing the most. And again, that's already built in there. Let's go to the next part, and what I want to do here, actually, let's do this right now. So I'm going to show you courses. I'm not sure, how much time do we have here? I'm going to do my best to go as quickly as I can here. Let's do this one up. Again, if there's any questions, make sure to put them in the chat, and I'll do my best to come and figure them out. Let me just see if I can get this going. Where's my chat window? We're going to do this. I'm just going to try this while I'm here. Where's my chat? Not sure where this one is. Not sure where it is, so that's fine. I'll just read them off the side. Sorry about that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, again, I think at the start I mentioned what I did with ChatGPT to come up with the community-based kind of pieces or spaces that are there. So on the left-hand side, the two that gave me by default was a group called Get Started, and there's 2 spaces in there. One is Start Here, and the other one is Say Hello. I usually use these ones as well, and a Start Here, what you might want to do is basically set out, you know, what's the purpose of the site? What are the values of the site? The goals and the values? Do you want to put a video in that shows people this is how you use the site? You might even use that Start Here as a course where people can watch videos for you introducing them. The next piece is the Say Hello, and that one is just about, hey, go and say hello. Who are you? Why'd you come to the site? Where are you from? What are you expecting? And that's just an opportunity for people to get involved again and figure out what it is that, you know, just share a little bit and have people start to network for it. So I'm going to take a look here. Let's go take a look at these spaces and groupings. How I came up with these is I went to our good friend ChatGPT and I said, hey, give me some, let me go to the window that I want here. Let's do health and wellness community structure. So on this one, what I did is I just went to ChatGPT and I said, you know what? What are the pieces that I need for a health and wellness company? And it said, you should have a community dashboard. See in the red here, community dashboard. It says welcome section, announcements, trending topics. So we want to do, I'm going to put one in as announcements in that one. Courses and training, had discussion forums, libraries, and community spaces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create these right now. And I actually had ChatGPT after this. I said, you know what? Community spaces and discussion forums are really the same thing. So I'm going to actually join them together. And let's go, and first of all, we're going to change or create one called announcements, one that we can put in on our site. So I'll pull this over to the side, and we'll go back to our community here, and let's see what we've got here. All sorts of pieces. Okay, I'm going to go down on the bottom left-hand corner to settings. So I'm in settings again. I'm going to pull that one up, and on the left-hand side, we've got one called space groups. So I'm going to click space groups. And in this particular case, you can see that in getting started, which was one of the groups, and I also have 2 spaces that are here. And if I ever want to edit the group's name or make changes to it, I can click Edit Info. This little sidebar comes up. You can put some additional information about it and what the getting started is about and update the information. We're not going to change this one, but what I want to do is I want to say, you know what, we need some announcements. So we need announcements that are there. And then in the group courses, we've got 2 courses that are available as drafts, but I want to look and say, you know what, I need one in here called announcements. Now this one was a little tricky, and I'm going to go through it so you see how it works. But if I go back now to home, and I'm going to click on spaces at the top, which might be a better one to groups, you can see in the upper right hand corner it's got one called new space. So I'm going to click new space, and I have the option of calling it a discussion space or a course space. So remember just a couple minutes ago I said in the getting started you might want to put a start here, might want to be a course. So we could have added a course actually into this getting started group, but in my case I'm just going to click discussion space, and I'm going to do one that's called announcements. So I'm going to give it a name. We've got announcements, and you can see there's an emoji that automatically shows up for us here, a default one. And if I want to change it, I'm going to do a left mouse click to change it, and I can use a custom SVG. If you know what an SVG is, it's scalable vectored graphic. There's a couple sites that are available to create those, but in my case, I just want an emoji, and I want to do one for an announcement. I'm going to do megaphone. So I now have a megaphone, and I'm going to close it. And by default, it will take announcement to make it a URL. I can just going to put in a little bit of a description. And here's the couple options that I have is, if I want to, I can make this either private, public, or secret. And right now, I'm going to make it public, but if I wanted to keep it private, I have the option of having a lock screen. And the default lock one will bring them to the login. But if I wanted a custom one, I'll show you what happens is when we create a custom one, first of all, let's go to the getting started. So I show the group that it's in, and only members can see it. So I'm going to click continue. And last piece on this we'll go through is only admin moderators can create a post. So this is announcements. I don't want people to be able to do it. And on this one, it says show right sidebar on space. The right sidebar has, this right, I think for you it's right. The right sidebar is the one that shows up, and it has things like who posted lately, what are the most, what's a recurring or new topic. I don't want one, so I'm going to take that off, and I want to show it in a timeline so that the most recent post is at the top, and I don't want to chat on this one. Do I want a thumbnail? No, I'm not going to put one in for now. Do I want a featured image? No, I'm just going to click create. So you'll look on the left-hand side. You can see now that I have start here, say hello, and announcements. And if I go as the administrator, I can post information here exactly. Put it in, and I can post, and it's now here available. On the other ones, there was a right-hand column. I don't want a right-hand column. This is just me as the site administrator saying, hey, this is what I want to have happen. This is what's happening. These are the changes are made. So I got get started here. If I wanted to go and edit this particular space that I'm in announcements, if you look in the far right-hand side, you've got posts, members, so who are the members of this space, and space settings. So if I ever want to go back and change them, I just have to hit that space settings, and it allows me to go through all of the exact stuff that we just did. So I had a group. I created a space for within that group. What are some of the other ones that I might want to do? Let's go and take a look at our mind map. We had, I don't want that one. Don't want that one. Don't want that one. Where's my other one? Oh, I moved it over here. Pardon me. There we go. So I want to make sure that we have courses and training, and I'm going to do in this one community spaces or groups. So I'm just going to say community spaces or community groups. There we go. Let's do community groups. And again, you can name them whatever you want. I'm just going to show these ones that are specific to this particular one. And so let's move this side. So we'll go back to announcements where we were. And I want to go and add my settings here because I want to create a new group. And in my case, I'm going to go on the left-hand side where we're going to go space groups. And I'm going to do upper right-hand corner where it says create new group. And I'm going to just say on this one, communities. And I'm just going to leave the description blank. And it says show space even when the user is not a member. So it lets people know they're there. If you're doing a paid membership, which is a whole other, or a paid training site, you know, you may want to show it up, but have it locked so people don't see it. In my case, I'm going to have it show up. And it says field is required. So let's put one in here. And group slug. And let's create this one and see what happens. There we go. So I got a new space. This one's called communities. And because it's more of a community-based site as far as training, I have a list of all of the spaces that are available for me, or groups and spaces. I want this one to be above courses, so I'm just going to move it up above courses. Again, same thing. If I need to edit the information, it's available for me there. But in my case, I'm all good to go. And I want to go back home. And I'm going to go to that group that we had. And you can see that I had one on this one. Let me just go. Where did it show up? On this one. There. Okay. So here's one where I didn't have one. If I wanted to, these are the ones that are available here that I'm just looking at. Those are the ones that are already created for spaces. Upper right-hand corner, I can hit new space. Or if I'm in the left-hand menu where there's a group, if I do the little arrow up and down, you'll see there's no spaces there yet. What I can do is hit the plus sign to create a space, and that will come and bring me to the same thing. And I want to put discussion space. I'm going to click next, and here's our discussion space. So I'm going to do, I've got one on the other side here. I'm going to do one, which I think would be good for this kind of one, is I'm going to do the general wellness. And don't know if to put one in there. So I got a little bit of a description. This one is private. I'm going to use a default lock screen. Allow users to do it. It's in communities, and who can access it? Members only. So I'm just going to click continue. And you'll notice here, let's do a different emoji. We want to make sure we have one is we have a health one. Don't know if we want to put pills there. That may not be a good one. Let's do heart. We'll do a heart there. I'm just going to close that one so we now have a different emoji. I'm going to click continue. It's going to say, hey, we want to make sure that there is a right sidebar. We want it in a timeline. And this one, I want the people in the member to be able to chat with each other. So I'm just going to click chat for group chat. I'm not going to put any thumbnail or anything like that, but I've now got a space for general wellness. If I look on the right-hand side, we've got the about where the description is, whether it's private, and then any recent activities that are there. I'm going to say new space. Chat about health and wellness, and I'm going to go and post it. And you can see because I'm in that space, it's already knowing that it's in that space, and I'm going to paste there. I just want to show you a couple things just while I'm here as well. I got to keep track of the time, see how long I'm going here. Oh, an hour already, but keep on going. Again, if there's any questions, put them in the chat. I'll do my best to get to them. I just want to go back. We're back on this page here, the general wellness page, but if you look in the feed, you're going to see what's happening now. Because I'm doing things on other areas, there's the new space, there's the announcement, and you can see that they're in chronological order. It's like the most current one is at the top, the other ones are at the bottom. And you can adjust it, whether you want to see just new activity or oldest or popular, likes, alphabet, unanswered, and then also we have the ability to condense them if there tend to be a lot of them. This is the big reason too that I like requiring a post title. Because if you didn't have a post title here, you'd have a little bit of the front of a sentence. Doesn't really give you the ability to scan through a lot of them. So that's why personally I like to do it. The other thing is when you're looking at this and you go, hey, that's something interesting, I want to find out about it, you can click on it, but you can also click on the avatar to go directly to who posted it, what are they about, what other posts have they made, what spaces are they part of, what comments have they made. So we'll go back to the feed, we're in good shape there. What do we need to do now? Well, we need some other ones other than general wellness, so I'm going to do a left mouse click on the plus sign and we'll create some other ones. And again, these are ones that I just came across quickly that would be good. We're going to do, let's do nutrition and diet. I'm not sure you have to put one in there. So on this one, I'm just copying from my notes here that I got from ChatGPT when I said, what are the different things that would be good for? It's private. I'm going to do custom lock screen so that you can see this one. It's in communities. Remember, I have the choice of what group I want to put in. I want it to be in communities, and I want it for members only. So I'm going to click continue. And I want administrators, I want people to be able to chat. I want the sidebar on the space. I want it in a timeline, and I want a group chat so people can chat. So let's go and create it. So we now have another one, and because I hit the plus sign in that area, it automatically shows up on the menus at the left. And at any time, if you need to change these, if you look over on the right-hand corner, you can see posts, members, chat, and the ellipses where I have space settings and I can leave or delete it. Now, because I set up a chat, watch what happens here on the right-hand side. I click chat. There we go. We now have a built-in chat that is available for everyone in that particular space. And this allows you to chat with people in the space and people individually. Now, I'm seeing both of them because I'm a member of both groups. I can send messages to the group here as the administrator or the moderator, but you can message people specifically as a group that I put it in the nutrition and diet one. And it's just putting some message goes here, and I can add any kind of image or emoji, and I'm just going to click plus, and there we go. So anyone who is a part of this particular space, in the upper right hand side, they're going to get a notification under the bell that says, hey, something happened in a group or a space that you're in, and the messages will show up here, and that will bring us to this particular screen. So let's go and add another community. I just wanted to show you that one. We got this one, the next one. I thought a good one would be, there we go. This one would be a good one. Fitness and exercise. So let's put in fitness and exercise. And again, this one, the slug, it should automatically do it. It's private. I'm going to do the default lock screen, allow users to go. It's in communities. I'm going to click continue. This one, I'm not going to put chat in, so it's not there. And in this one, no thumbnails. Let's just do list. So I'll show you what happens there. So we've now got a new group, and new space. I'm going to say get healthy. And I'm going to post it. And see over on the right-hand corner, there is no chat for this one because it's not available in this particular group. Again, left-hand side communities, we've got wellness, nutrition and diet, fitness and exercise. Let's do another one, because this is a health and wellness company. Got a discussion space, next. And we'll put a description in. I'll just do this last one just so that you see it, and then we'll do some courses after that. Again, if there's any questions, didn't want to do that. Let's do this, mindful healthness. There, got that, private, default, communities, continue. We want everyone to be able to chat. We'll put a chat in there. And we're now there, so we got another group. So we got general wellness, nutrition and diet, fitness and exercise, mindfulness, and new. So we've got that kind of there. What else do we want? We've got the feed, we've got the spaces. Maybe we want some courses. Now I'm going to show you one thing that is important, and I think will kind of change, not change, it'll improve over time. Remember I marked one of them as a custom one? Let's go take a look here. I'm going to go to spaces, and over at the top you can see this one here where it says members discover spaces. So this is the direct URL for this community. I'm going to open up another incognito window so that it's hidden. I'm not logged in, and when I open it up, watch what happens is I'm going to click let's go to spaces, and if I click on it, I don't get in because those ones are marked as private. I don't get into those, they're marked as private. If I want to sign up, I can certainly do that again, but this is a private site. So let's go and we'll get rid of that one here. And we'll go back, and I did the private one. Did we do fitness and exercise? Private, private. I think I did private. Let's open this one up, and I'm going to go to the right-hand side and edit the space settings. What did I have then? Default. I'm going to do custom lock screen just so I can. So when I do that, see when I'm clicking default lock screen and custom lock screen, I want you to take a look at the top here where it says lock screen. If I do custom, lock screen shows up. If I do default and I save it, did it save it? Let's do a refresh here and see. Hopefully it should. Fitness and exercise. Pardon me on this one. There's one that you might know or not know. The custom, it should go to the other one, but right now it doesn't look like it is. So I'm going to hit custom lock screen, and pardon me. Here's the ability to create our lock screens, or the way that are hidden if someone is a member, but they're not or don't have access to this. So in this particular case, I have fitness and exercise. I can edit the banner. And again, this is a simple lock screen. I think they'll probably update this moving forward. But I have the ability to change the banner and change colors and add images, that kind of thing that's available. And if I just leave it blank, you know, it doesn't show up. I don't have to use all of the pieces. I'm going to go to banner, and I can do the same thing for a description. And you've got a basic editor in the description for doing that. And if I, want to put in lists or quotes or put in columns, that kind of thing, I can certainly do that. So I'm going to go back to the description, and the same thing with call to action. Now you notice that all of these sections, I can move them up and down so they don't have to be there, but I can even hide them as well. So if I want to get rid of those and just have the description and put some text in there, I can certainly do this. And this is the way the lock screen works for the groups or spaces, and also works for the courses. So I just wanted to show that piece to you moving forward, because we're going to go and put a course in. We had some courses that were set up for us. If we click on course, let's draft. The courses in this one, I want to talk about this because I think it's important. This is not a fully featured LMS with certifications and also all sorts of, kind of additional standard WordPress things and built-in quizzes and all sorts of stuff. It is not that. If you still need that, this community, it's on WordPress. You can use LearnDash. You can use Tutor LMS. You can use Lifter. All of the popular ones work beautifully with this because this, you'll notice, I've only been on one page here, right? The community is all on one page. I still have the theme, Cadence theme installed, but you haven't seen it. You've only seen this particular page, so it's a standalone page. Hopefully, as CJ as well, you'll notice it's been pretty quick. If I click something, you know, that comes up right away. You're not waiting for anything to load. You're not waiting for the theme to go and load something. It's there, it's ready to go. So I'm going to go with my course. This is in draft one. I'll show you how to use it quickly, but this is a very, very light, simple course system. Now, personally, my personal belief on this is that for the training sites and or educational communities, I'm a firm believer that simple courses are going to be more important than complex courses. And the reason that is because I think that blended learning and flipped classrooms, where the live Zoom calls, coaching sessions, cohorts, where you actually have a live teaching session, which is supported by the videos, that's where the real teaching is going to happen, not in, here's my 73 videos in a course that's all segmented that people won't change. So they've done a really good job, or at least I think they've identified that people just want simple answers to simple questions to use as a reference, not have to make big long courses when it's not, in this case, a demo, for example. So there's my course. It's marked as draft. Because I'm logged in, I can edit the lessons and basically add lessons or sections. I can put the introduction, and I've got an introduction, and I can add a lesson to it. I'm going to add an edit in this case, and I now have that simple builder again, where I can put my additional information in. Now, here's the interesting thing. You'll notice that on the top of every one, oh, pardon me, I didn't have my screen on. Let me try this again. Actually, let me do this. We'll do another one. I'm going to go back and just show you because I did a mistake. I didn't show it. Let's go back to courses, and I'm looking at the courses, and I'm going to go back to the actual whole courses just so you can see where I did again. My apologies for not showing the proper screen. So I'm going to go to courses across the top menu. There's my demo courses. I see them because they're draft and I'm the administrator. I can see them. And in my case, I'm just going to go and I'm going to either click the icon, the default one, or view course, and I can do that. If you'll see, because I'm the admin, up in the right-hand corner, I got my courses, all courses, and new course. New course shows up for me. If someone's a user, they're going to see my course or all courses. But in my case, let's go take a look at this one. I can view the course. Now, I'm not enrolled in this one, and this shows up because I'm actually viewing the course. I'm not basically editing the course. And you have two choices here when you're playing around with these. One is you can just say, okay, I'm great. It's here. I want to just edit some lessons. So I could go to the right-hand corner button here, edit lessons, and I could start to do that. The other thing you can do is in the bottom left-hand corner, in the settings, hopefully you see my mouse moving there, settings, at any time you can go to the settings and they've got a left-hand admin menu, manage courses. And the difference is you'll see them, but because I'm in the admin screen, it doesn't have view course, it has manage course. So I'm going to do this one here. Let's do demo course module 2. There it is, same kind of thing, only difference is it's got overview, lessons, students, and visit course or edit course. So this course already set up for me. I'll show you what happens and then we'll go back and do a new one. So I have a pretty quick, easy way to add lessons here. I'm just going to add lesson or section, and I'm going to do one called introduction. And it comes up, I've now got an introduction. I can also add another section. I'm going to call it section 1. And I can add another section. do section 2. So you can add as many sections as you want, and the ellipses there, I can delete the section or edit the section title of it if I want to. But in my case, I'm going to just go to my introduction. I can save it. On this one, what do I want to do? Edit title, edit section. Let's go back and we'll go to lessons. Edit courses. Wonder if I found something that just doesn't work the way I wanted it to. Description field. Course on this topic, private, courses, self-paced. Let's do this one. We'll go back. Save changes and close. Hopefully, there we go. Sorry. So when I'm in a section, I want to go left mouse click on add lesson. And I'm going to give it a lesson. I'm going to say getting started. Put that one in. It's marked as draft. Remember, this actual course is marked as draft, and this lesson is marked as draft. So I'm going to go and I'm going to click Edit Lesson, and this is the default setup for the lessons. And here's the one that's interesting at the top for us, is you can add featured media to the top of each of the lessons. And this one can be an embedded or pre-embedded video that you just basically put the link to the video in, or you can use custom HTML if you're using video that might not be available through the direct link. So the ones they have supported right now are Vimeo, YouTube, Wistia, and I think they're adding some more, but in my case, let's go open up one. Let me just see, I think I have 700 videos on Vimeo. That's not my account, is it? Here's an old school one. This is actually a course that I put up. So let's do, probably shouldn't have done this one. So let's do share. Let's see what my link is. Again, hopefully this one works. I'm just going to put a Vimeo link in. If not, I'll put a YouTube one. There we go. Should be able to just put it in, embed, and we're now going to get video changes policy. Okay. Unfortunate. Let me change it again. When you use Vimeo as a way to deliver your videos, if you're worried about them being stolen at some point in the future, you can set Vimeo up so that they can only be played if they are embedded on a certain domain. When I went to do and install this one, I wasn't thinking about it. I have mine set up that the videos can only be played on domains that I own. This one isn't set up for that. So I'm going to edit it, and let's go back and we'll just do a YouTube one now. Let's do one here. I'll just go to my channel just for fun. We'll do this one, WordPress Potlucks. And then I'm going to copy the link. Hopefully this one will work here. We'll put it in health and wellness. We'll put our link in and embed. There we go. We got a YouTube video, and we can put in any of our lesson materials that are here. Whether that's a transcription, key takeaways, anything else that you want to put in, and you can adjust these, of course, right? You can take it and say, you know what, I want this to be a quote, I want buttons, anything that we want to do can be added with this simple editor. And I think this will probably get changed as things move forward. You'll also notice on the left-hand side here, you've got the ability to enable the video embed, which we did, but you've also got enable comments. Sometimes in a course, you don't want to have to go to a community chat. You want to just be able to make a comment or ask a question right within the course. So you can enable that as well. The other thing is if you want to, you've got 8 minutes and 35 seconds. There we go. So I'm just going to do 8 minutes, 35, not 80 minutes, but we'll do 8 and 35 so that we have it. And we're all set. I'm going to save it, and it's now available. Okay, so there's a lesson. It's set up. Let's go back and see what else we've got. And I can add these additional pieces and edit title. So I just want to show you, there's a course. We can create as many simple courses as we want, organize the material, curate it in a way that makes sense for the people we're doing. But there's also the overview here, which allows us as the instructor to be able to know how many students, how many people are finishing it, any comments that are shown here. If we wanted to change and put module 2, we could say first course, no slugs, and there's the description. Now, I want to show you what happened here. When I was here on the course, it was on that kind of overview page, but I didn't have any settings for the entire course or a way to publish it. So if I choose on the right-hand side, we had overview, lessons, students to see who's enrolled. Again, the little ellipses menu, if I click it, we've got view course, edit course, or delete course. So if we select edit course here, or if we select edit course here, where the listing of the course is, both of them will bring us to this particular screen. This is where you put the first course to take. That's the title of it. Same way we can choose a different emoji or whatever we want to do there. In this case, we just had a shape or a color. In my case, I want to put, let's do a first place. There we go. So we're just going to do this one to get started. I'm going to close it. So I got a different emoji. I'm going to put a description, private, default lock screen, and custom. It's in courses. Now here's a couple things that are unique to courses. We've got self-paced. So what that means is that someone can go and they can say, you know what? I just want lesson number 4 from section 2. I want to start there. So that allows people to go through it in any particular order that they need and or want. And you as the instructor, the trainer, you don't have any control over that. You basically, they basically take it the way that they want. Structured is if someone goes and they say, you know what, I want to take lesson 7, then lesson 6. Structured says, no, you're not getting by that way. Number 7 or lesson 7, you need to understand lesson 6 to be able to understand lesson 7. And lesson 6, you need to be able to understand lesson 3. When you do it in structured, it means that people can only take the course in the order that you have assigned the lessons and the segments. They can't jump around. They have to take it one after each other before they can go on to the next section. Now, the other one that often gets used, sometimes with free courses, is you allow them to be scheduled. And scheduled ones are when, if someone joins or enrolls in the course, you don't make the next lesson available to until some date in the future. So you can have them a day apart, a month apart, a week apart, whatever what you want to have set up. You can schedule them so they're only available between these particular pieces. So I'm going to do self-paced, I'm going to do update, and we basically got our courses put together. And again, the lock screen, if we wanted to go do some kind of sales page, we can do it there. This particular page, and this is the one that I think is going to get a little more fine-tuning as we work through here, is you can set up, let me just touch on that briefly now. I'm going to go back to the course. So again, let's go back home. If you look on the left-hand side, we've got demo course and the other course. I forgot to do something. Let's go to first course, and I want to edit this one. I want to go down to the bottom left here and do settings, health and wellness, logged in, global post status, redirect here, sorry, my bad, manage courses. Let's go and manage that first case, the torque. It's not published right now, so what do I need to do? I got to make sure that this one is marked as published. So that one's is published in the course. Right now it's private, self-paced. It was marked as draft. I got to make sure it's published. So I'm going to do publish. It's now there. If we go back to the course and back to the lesson. You're going to see in the left-hand side, first course to take, it's there. And we now have our course and our lessons. And you have to enroll in this course to be able to take it. So if you want people to enroll and you want people to pay for it, you're going to have to set up some way for people to pay for it. And that's where you get into when I was showing the training site map, that third piece was, what business model are you going to use? How are you going to set that up? Do you want to sell individual courses? Do you want to sell bundles of courses? Do you want to sell only the live training that you do? It's really important to understand that and have that kind of flushed out in your mind so that you can set up your training site and your community to do that. In my case, I'll just show you quickly why we installed a whole bunch of additional plugins. One of them was Fluent CRM. The other one that you're going to have to put in at some point is you're going to have to go and put in, there's our default site. Again, we could have put a landing page or something there, or we could have made members. Here's the other one. Actually, let me try that, see what happens. Pretty sure it'll work. I'm just going to go to WordPress here. We're going to go into settings and we're going to go to reading. And right now, by default, the latest posts come up. What I want to do is I want to do a static page. And the static page that I want to do is, no, I can't do it. I'd have to redirect it. Sample page. I have to install a template on that one. So I don't think that'll work the way I wanted. Okay, so let's go back. We're going to be able to charge for something, right? So the other pop-up or thing that I want to install, the other plugin, is I want to put in our good friend. And again, you don't have to use this one, but it's one that often gets used and I am comfortable with. And I think I recommend for most communities, and I'll explain why maybe in another video, but I would definitely put in WooCommerce and at least get that set up. Did I spell it properly? There we go. Now WooCommerce is another whole piece. Where's WooCommerce? Did I spell it wrong? Can't remember if I spelt it wrong, so let's go and see what happens, or if anything did. There we go, WooCommerce. So you have to have some kind of shopping cart or way to take payments. In this model that I'm showing you, we're going to install WooCommerce, and the reason we're going to install WooCommerce and why we installed Fluent CRM is because we can set up on that page where people go to purchase. Remember I showed a page where people had to go, and we'll go to courses here for a second. Go back to the home. Remember we're at courses here, right? So we're at courses. If I want to take this course, I have to have a way for people to pay for it. Remember we had a page that was about let me do this. We had a page basically that was like a custom page, and I had the header and the description and the footer. I need to put some kind of button there that people purchase something from us. So in my case, I'm going to put WooCommerce in. I'm going to activate it. So now I have a shopping cart that allows people to buy something. So I got a way to take payments. What else do I need to do for my health and wellness site? I need to be able to add people to it if they buy something. And that's where Fluent CRM comes in. And again, I'm doing videos up for all of these individual tools, but I wanted to show you right now with Fluent CRM, there's something in the bottom here called automations. And what we can do is, let's not do these ones. What we can do is we can say, if someone goes in automations, I don't know if I can do an automation here. Yeah, we can, I think. I'm going to do a new automation. I'm going to do it from scratch. I'm just going to say, if someone buys something in WooCommerce, if they buy something, what I want to do is, can I do that one? If they buy something or they log in, and I'm just using this as an example, but if they buy something, what I want to do is, they're subscribed, conditions. I want to add them as a subscriber. I can't show it unless I activate the CRM. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to say, if someone buys this WooCommerce product, what I want you to do is enroll them in this course. So if you're not charging for courses, you set it up one way. If you are charging for courses, or you want to do bundles of courses or a single payment, monthly, quarterly, yearly, lifetime subscription to all of your content, what you need to do is be able to connect your shopping cart to Fluent CRM so that there's automations that are set for you running through all that. So that's why I put in the Fluent CRM and the WooCommerce. So we're in pretty good shape there, right? If there's any questions, put them in. Soul Trek, the screen should be there again. Hopefully I redid the part that I didn't. If I missed it, make sure to put it in, and we'll go from there. Hopefully. How long have I been going on this stuff? This is just officially launched yesterday, so please bear with me as we go through this. I think, let me just go and see if we can do a landing page on this. Kind of a weird page, right? So I'm going to do a couple other things just to show how this would work. And in my case, let's do a starter template. Which one? Is this a new one? Yeah, I'm going to go in. We got the starter templates from Cadence. Let's go install that one and see what happens. So we got some. This is Cadence, and again, any theme that you're using, it'll definitely work. Don't want to do that. We'll go back and use the one that I had. Let's do the classic starter templates, not the AI ones, which I believe they're charging for. But if I have a particular meditation course, that's a good one. And I'm not logged in. I could do my license here with that one. Actually, let me just turn this for the side. No, I don't want to do that one. Let me just go back here. I was gonna activate my license for Cadence. Again, if you're a customer of TrainingSites.io, those are free. So we'll go back to the dashboard and see if there's one that is just specific to Cadence. Where's our appearance? Cadence starter templates. So I'm in the appearance menu in WordPress. Which are the ones? Let's do only free ones. Influencer, interior design, printing, cleaning, green thumb, donate, food, conference, barbecue, beer fest. That's a good one. Sewing, writing, fitness. Let's do fitness. I'm just going to install this template. I'm just going to put in this one page so that we see it. We'll do the home page. We could have done a landing page, but we'll do the home page. And I don't want to put any plugins in. Cadence blocks. Yeah, I'll do that one too. WooCommerce is there. No event calendar, and I'll tell you why in a minute on that one. So finish and launch. So Cadence is putting these in the background, just a page to go. In the flipped funnel, you need to have a way for people to log in. My personal kind of thing that I'm doing on this one is, let's go and get our dashboard again. We'll make the home page as the home page. Hopefully it should show up there. So I'm in settings, reading, left-hand admin, and I need to have a static page. And which one do I want as a home page? We want, there's home. So let's do home. We now have a home page. Okay, so let's save that one. Again, I'm not doing how to design the home page. I just wanted to have one there so that we have it. We can have a form that says, you know, join the community if you want and give some benefits to the community. Go back now, and I want to go to settings on the left-hand side, and I'm going to reading again. I want to make sure that the home page is set as the home page. Again, any questions? Colleen? Okay, perfect. There we go. So I want to make sure we've got a static page, and we're going to make it the home page. I'm going to do save changes. And there's a reason I'm doing showing a home page, and you'll see that in a second. So I've saved the changes. I've now got a home page. If I go and visit the site in a new page, you're going to see that it comes up with, there's my particular page, right? And the thing that's cool is because I put this template in, you can see that there's cart, checkout, home, my account, sample page. These are the ones from WordPress, but I may not necessarily want them here, right? I may want nothing here. I may just want join the community or some other kind of menu. So when I'm working on these ones on this page, I can edit the menu page that's at the top to make it what I want. Now, if I go and I manually go to members, which is where my community or training site is, it's going to bring the login up because I'm not logged in. I need to log in. So my personal kind of gist on this is you're going to have, call it a landing page, but it's like a page that you can go and join something, and that's how you get started. So if I go to training sites and I go to join, this is a page where people can go and actually join in to the, did I spell it correctly? It'd be, yeah. So people can go in and click the login. I'm already logged in because I was here, but there's an opportunity to click and log in. And there's some additional information. Yeah, I'm logged in, which is unfortunate. Don't want to go to the dashboard. Okay, can't show you that one. I'm already logged in. But I'm going to have a landing page basically so that people have to opt in to join the training site. So that's where that one's kind of going. So I've set that as a home page. I got a landing page. I got a community. What do I want to do now? Well, you can just use your themes menus. So for example, if we're using and looking at Cadence here, and we've got this all set up, Cadence, and I want to have, in this case, a customize. We'll just do, again, whole other story on this one. I'm just going to go to Appearance, Customize. I can go to the menus, the header menus, and I can go and say, you know, what do I want for the particular menus up at the top here? How do I want that to show up? Right now, if you look in the bottom of the screen, I have a logo and I have the primary navigation. If I wanted to go and basically adjust the primary navigation, I can pick a different menu if there's a different one. Oh, I only have, so we'll just do one community membership. It's going to say community. We're going to use it as the next one. And we need an item in here. And the item is, we're going to say, let's do a custom link. Can I do a custom link on this one? Don't know if I got, oh, there's custom link. There we go. So I'm just going to put members. So that one's there, and I'm going to publish it. And if you look on the right-hand side now, I've only got community as the only menu that's there. So that one's back. We got a page. We're there. And I'm going to go and visit the site, and you'll see that there's community. And if I click community, I'm logged in. I'm now logged in. So the question becomes, okay, I got some menus on my homepage. Where are these menus from up here? Where's feed, spaces, courses? Where's all that stuff from? Well, again, if we go down to the bottom left-hand corner with settings, and I click on settings, you're going to see that there's one called menu settings. And I want you just to go back here, back to home, just take a look at this right now. You can see that I have the top of the admin or sidebar. I have the main section, which is all about the courses and communities that I created in the spaces. There's nothing underneath, and I have this menu at the top. So if I go back to settings and we select menus, you're going to see there's a bunch of options that are available here. And the ones that they have are menu settings. The menu settings, the primary menu is the one at the top. That's feed, spaces, courses, members, and leaderboard. I'd really like one back to the home page. So I'm going to click left mouse click on Add New. I'm going to say Home. And I'm going to put the URL for the home page. So I don't know what that is on this one. I think it's called Home. So here's a cheat. We should be able to just put /home and it should go to the right page. I want this to be enabled. I don't have to have it enabled, but in this case I do. And I don't want it to open up a new tab. I want it to say in the same tab. So I'm going to click New. And you can see that there's now one called Home. I want that one at the top, so I'm just going to drag that one up. So now I have Home, Feed, Spaces, Courses, and I'm looking at it and I go, Feed. Well, I don't really need that one, do I? So let's edit that one. Now here's the thing that I like personally is you'll notice the menus at the top are wireframe menus or not emojis. If I do a left mouse click on that, you're going to see that they're custom SVG messages. Scaled Vector Graphics, I think that stands for. So I'm going to copy this one just to show you what happens. And I'm going to close it. And I don't want feed anymore. So I'm going to disable it. It's still there, but no one can see it. And I'm going to go to Home. And I'm going to say Home, Home. But on this little button here, Custom SVG. So now I have this one as Home, and I'm going to close it. So I've now got Home, Feed, Spaces, but this one is disabled. It's not there, not using it. What other ones do I want at the top? Well, maybe there's another one as an example, which is classes, right? Maybe I want one as a class. I'm not going to do that. We're keep it in the same one. I'm going to do it as classes. I don't know the SVG. I'm not going to go search for one today, so I'm just going to leave it. Let's do a shape. We'll just do a shape there just to show what happens. And again, we can change the color, but in my case, I just want to put it as a class. And I don't want it there. I want it up closer to the courses or before the courses. And spaces, I don't like that one, so we're going to call it communities. Feed, community, classes, courses, members, and leaderboard. So you can adjust that any way that you want, move them around, change the names, change the icons. They all show up there. I'm going to do save settings. We'll open up another screen just so that you see it. And again, any questions, make sure to ask. I'll do my best to answer them. Let's go back home. And you'll see at the top now that we have courses, members, classes is there. Now, here's the thing that my personal kind of gist on this is that when you are doing live classes and or doing events on a regular basis, my personal kind of thing on this is I used to have a WordPress plugin that was separate for events. I want to keep it in the TrainingSite now. So what I'm doing personally is I'm creating a group for a particular class, or for example, this call. I've now added a separate group where I can put the details of a Zoom call, of a YouTube video, of a group cohort or something that where I'm doing in Google Meet, doesn't matter what tool, but I'm just going to put that and I'm going to set it up so that I'm the admin and only I get to post something in. And the thing that it does is it's not a big calendar, but it's really here the most current or the next event that's upcoming, and it's in the order that it is has it going. So I think there's a little more control in that, and it's a little less overwhelming than having to manage WP Events or Modern Event Calendar, any of these other plugins that are doing it. Now, if you need other users to post other events, you might want to consider something like that. If you're serious about charging for individual events and you have a lot of them, yeah, there's an opportunity to do that. But in my case, I'm keeping it in the TrainingSite. We're going to do a particular group and or just add it as a community for upcoming events and having it there and only have the admin be able to add them. Now, the interesting thing is when you're creating these admin kind of spaces and groups, if I'm the admin, I'm the only one that can post. However, if someone is a member of that space, they can comment. So if you need to clarify stuff or there's more questions, you can go back and forth, but the actual post is limited or unique to you as the administrator or the moderator of that particular session. Okay, so we got classes that are there. I don't have a proper link to it, but I'm going to create a group that is just for classes. That one's there. What else do we need here? Well, let's go back and look at our menus again. I'm going to go to settings, and we'll go to menu settings. So we have the primary menus across the top. Over in the right-hand corner, remember we had the profile that's there? It just is set up with the training or community site ones, My Spaces, bookmarks, and logout. I really need some additional stuff there. So what I'm going to do is the profile drop-down items, and I'm going to add some links. What are the links that I want to make? I want one for billing. So what's my billing one on this one? I think for the default is my account for WooCommerce. There it is. There's my account. So I'm just going to pick this one. And let's go back to, there we go. So I'm going to do that one. Got my account. Keep it in the same one. It's there. So when I go over the right-hand side, I now have the ability to go directly to, oh, I better save that. Sorry. I might have to refresh it. Yeah, there we go. So I've now got billing. I can go to my billing. You can add as many of the appropriate ones that are there. One of the other ones you might want to do is you're going there, you got it, you're going to go check things out. There's one that I haven't talked about, which is support. How does someone get help? One of the things you might want to do is add some support. So let's go take a look, and we'll go back to the home, which I added. And what I want to do is I'm going to go to plugins, and I've got Fluent support. So let's make sure that one's done. Fluent support is there. Yay! What do I need to do? We're going to go down to Fluent support is here. Go to the dashboard, settings, etc. Let's go to settings. I have a help desk now. And support portal page is this one here. It's a little short code. Okay. So I got a little short code there. I'm going to Command C to copy that. It says, where do I want to put it? Well, we'll put it on the sample page right now. And we've got that one there. Disable public ticket. There's a whole bunch of things with this. Specifically, you can do tickets. You can have multiple agents, that kind of thing. This is a fully functional help desk. The best part, of course, is it's connected directly to Fluent CRM. And Fluent CRM is directly connected to the community. And you've got no potluck dinner. You've got a seamless kind of system between all of them. You can even get people to automatically be enrolled in your community just by asking for support. So if you even want to go into that kind of deep integration, it's available. And we got integration on this one. These are a whole bunch of different ones that are there, but I got integration connected, Slack if you've got set up, Fluent CRM is already there, Fluent Forms is already there. So you can attach a whole bunch of different ones that are important. And I'm going to show you one that is important because I've got one called Better Docs. We're going to get to that in a second. Google Drive for storage. Again, a whole bunch of different things that are available there. But I want to go make sure I have a page, right? So let's go to Pages. And I'm, again, just using standard WordPress pages. I'm going to go to All Pages. And I had one called Sample Page. I'm going to do a quick edit. I'm going to call it Support. And I'm going to do Support Page. So let's update that one. I'm going to take a look at it. And in my case, I need to do something else to it, right? I need to go, and what I should be able to do is, let's get rid of this stuff. I want to go and I want to add a short code, Fluent Support All. And again, there's a number of different ones that are available to us, but if I now go and I pick this one out, hey, I've now got a support page. I'm logged in, so I don't get to see it, but if I go now and I open up an incognito page, so we can see one when I'm not logged in, I've now got the opportunity to go and log into support and be able to go and see support. So we got all of these pieces connected together where we're now building out a complete community that has training in it and has a leaderboard in it. We can also include things like gamification with GamePress, and one other one that I highly recommend, especially with a training site, is this one. I'm going to go to plugins again. This one's a neat one that I quite like. This one is called Add a New Plugin. I want to put in one called Better Docs. So what's Better Docs? That is a plugin that is for doing documentation, downloads, FAQs, knowledge base, wiki, everything along those particular lines. And why is this important? It's because if you're doing a training site, you may have templates, you may have checklists, any kind of material that are things that are included with the course and or included as part of your community. It's a great place to have outside of a course and outside of the community the ability to go and actually have or keep that information in an organized fashion. And one of the things we can even do, I'll do it in another video I think, but one of the things you can do is you can say in this course, you can actually have a topic link at the top, which is here are the course materials. It'll go directly to Docs and get things set up. So let's skip this step. I'm going to do built-in documentation. We're in Docs. There we go. And at any time, if I wanted to go and say, show me the documents. Let's visit our site again. I might as well do it while we're here. Go to the community. And on the menus, I'm going to go to settings and menus. You'll see why I'm adding this one in a second. I'm going to go to menu selections. I can go to, there's the profile drop down where we did billing. The other one is top links. We have nothing there. And we have sidebar bottom. So what I'm going to do is, on this one, we want to do support. So I got support, and I want to have a let's do, sorry. I think SOS is a little, which is one that we can do is, we'll have our support desk, got our support person, we're going to save that. The other one is you know what? I want to make sure that I also have documents. And this one gets created automatically. I don't want to put here, and I'm just going to put books. There we got some books. I'm going to close that and save that. And if we now go back, let me do one other menu just to show you where it is. So I'm going to do, let's do, see where it says top links at sidebar? No link has been added. I'm going to add a new one. I'm going to do one called, I'm going to do coaching calls. And in this one, I'm just going to do, here, I'm going to do a /booking. Now the reason I'm going to do that is you'll look now when I'm just going to save these settings. I'm showing you how to play around with the menus. One of the ones that we can do is if I go back to home here. How long have I been talking? I've been talking a while here. So there we go. Okay. So I got support and documents. I'm going to go back home. And if we look on the left-hand side, we should now have support and documents are available in the links. And up at the top, there's the feed and then the coaching calls. So we've added menus up at the top left corner. We've added menus at the bottom. If I click on documents, it should bring us to docs. And we don't have any documents up there, but there's our document library. I'm going to go back to the community. And we go to support, and it's going to say, hey, you're an administrator, you don't get to see it. So I'm going to go back to the community. So we've now got those pieces done. The last one I'm going to show you, just because I've been talking for a while here, almost 2 hours, is the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, hey, I really want to be able to book some coaching calls and get paid for it. So what do we need to do there? Let's go in, and I'm going to go to Health and Wellness, Plugins, and there's another one from Fluent. One that I really love, again, is called Fluent Booking. So Fluent Booking is a way for you to either allow people to register for time with you that is a Zoom call, a Google Meet call. It can be a free call that they book, and or it can be a paid call directly through WooCommerce or any of the other platforms that you're using to take payments. Fluent Community needs a license. We didn't put that one in. Let's go make sure we got Fluent Booking is there. We'll go and see our particular menus. I got Fluent Booking. Let's go to Settings. So in this one, you can do all sorts of settings. And again, I have a whole bunch of different additional peaches here, but I can put the email settings, the general settings for who gets messages, how long things are done, whether you get a notification, footers, that kind of stuff is here. We'll do the, let's do the system default. Yeah, we'll do system default. So that one shows up. If someone's got their community set to dark mode, it shows up in dark mode. If it's light mode, it shows up in light mode. And on this one, you can hook it to your Google Calendar and Google Meet, or again, MS Teams and Outlook, or Apple Calendar. And you can also connect Zoom or any of those particular ones that you want. So I need to create a calendar. For example, is it a coaching call? Is it a discovery call? You can book one in. And we've got bookings that are actually done. The availability, you can say, check my calendar. I keep my calendar up to date, and people can only book Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for this kind of booking. And they have to do it only when my calendar's open, and it'll go and check your calendar for it. And let's do this one. What do we got? Import calendar, we can do that. I think I might have to put a calendar in, so. We'll do a one-to-one. I'm the administrator. Let's do a one-to-one message, not a group. I'm going to call it coaching. So if this is health and wellness and you want to do something where you're doing a coaching call with someone, it's 30 minutes. Again, I can do Google Meet or any of those pieces with the Pro one. So let's do a phone call or an online meeting. Again, I could put a link to a Zoom call if I wanted in there, and a time zone's good, so I click continue. I'm available on all these times, so I'm going to click continue as well. And I now have an event detail that's for me as well. And where's the one that I need? I'm just looking for the integrations. I want to hook it up to Fluent CRM so that when someone fills something in, they can add an automation to them. I can add them to a list, update a contact record. There we go. So let me save this. What I'm looking for, I have to remember, again, pardon me if I'm a little bit behind, I forget where. Validation field, event trigger. Let's disable this feed, sorry. It is available there, and we're all set. Feature. So where's the one that I need? I have to remember where the actual page is. The whole idea here is that we could have a bookings one, which is coaching, and basically have, I have to apologize, I forget there's a short cord, but basically we'd have a page that goes to the calendar and people actually get to book some time with you. Okay, any other questions there? Just looking to the side. Nope, nothing happening there. So here's the end. Here's kind of the big picture. I took about 2 hours here, just kind of going through stuff myself with you. If you have done the little bit of work, or I wouldn't say little bit, if you've done the work where you've actually gone through and you've taken a look and figured out, you know, for example, what is my campus, what is my training site going to be about? What is the goals and the purpose of it? Like, do I have people that I just want to have a certain number of people? Do I have revenue goals? And then finally, the red area, it's like, I got to, understand, how am I setting this up to be profitable? How am I going to monetize it if that's the particular case? Once you've done this work, it doesn't take long to set up something like we set up today. Took about, if I'd gone and done this myself, probably takes an hour to do, because I've done the work beforehand, and it's just kind of putting the pieces together. Right now, my personal thing is, I used to have the ad hoc potluck one where there was all sorts of different pieces put together, trying to get them to work together. I don't like using the software as a service where it's someone else is hosting the meal and I have no control over what's being cooked and how it's being cooked. And basically I'm at the will of the person hosting. I may like them for a while, but maybe I don't like the same meal all the time. Maybe I want to change things around. There's no control for me, and someone else is using or has that data, your data. It's the difference between owning on a WordPress site or renting space on someone else's particular site. So I think this Fluent kind of stack of tools, I think they're doing a really great job with it. I think it's the best of both worlds. All of the pieces that they've put together here cover all the things that you want in a training site. So we're in a position now where, if you want to basically do a flipped funnel and start using YouTube as the way to build out your audience, bring them into your training site / community as a way to build that community, and then monetize them through all of the things that you normally do as a trainer, digital info products, being able to sell mini courses and micro courses, templates, all of those digital products, and then moving them into programs and coaching. It's a flipped funnel. It's opposite to what we're normally thinking about. The reason that I like this and the reason that I'm switching everything over for myself is because, there we go. The reason I'm doing this is because I am basically getting too old to be chasing people around and trying to generate leads by doing content marketing and blogs and social media posts and going to LinkedIn and DMing people, all of that stuff. I'm all in on YouTube. I'm going to be creating YouTube videos like this and other stuff, teaching people what to do, not necessarily how to do it, but giving people individual answers to individual questions on YouTube. And what I'm trying to do is attract people who are interested in my particular topic and all of the things that surround that, not a niche, but a topic with all complementary pieces. And I want to attract people to that, move them into my community, and then monetize the community. So you call them students or raving fans or whatever you want. So that's where I'm going with this. If this is something that interests you or that you'd like to find out about more, go and visit TrainingSites.io right now. TrainingSites.io join will work. Again, I'm just being upfront. We're switching all of this stuff over. It's a bit of a mess. I've got 40 courses in LearnDash. I've got to move them all over. The community part, we didn't move over. We're starting fresh, just testing all of this. The Fluent stuff came out yesterday. And the reason I'm still keen on it is because I've been a beta tester for 8 months. And I've been using Fluent Booking. All of my business runs on Fluent CRM, Fluent SMTP, Fluent Support. All of those things are ones that we use internally when we're dealing with customers as well. And if you were watching this and you go, this is just all too much for me, I don't want to bother with it, go to TrainingSites.io, join the community, and then we do this as a service. This is the part we will actually take care of everything for you, obviously based on your goals, your project, what you're trying to do, but we'll set it all up for you. And in fact, we'll even manage it for you. So I understand there's do-it-yourself people. That's what the training site is about, and the courses and those live cohorts or live blended learning classes that we do. But someone may just not have time, or they get stuck, and you can do monthly. We have monthly packages available for people who just want it done for them. So hope you enjoyed this. My name is James. It's TrainingSites.io. I do these every day, so you're welcome to certainly hop on and ask questions, like and subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And I want to thank you for spending how long with me? 2 hours and 4 minutes today. So hopefully that was helpful to you. I had a lot of fun doing it, so take care. Expect the best. We'll be back maybe later today or tomorrow morning anyway to help you start, build, and grow your education business. Take care.